Hey guys, we're back with another hidden camera. So let's open it up and see what it looks like. I just got it. We'll go through the setup together. Alright, so when you get it, it looks like this. This one is the Clock Radio hidden camera. And I mean, you can see the Clock Radio. If we get the light just right, you can see the little hidden camera right there. You can see the lens inside there. But I tell you what, straight on, it's not easy to see. It's a pretty good one. And I'll just put it here beside my cell phone just for comparison. You can see it's not a very big clock radio. It's just basic, small, little clock radio. So I keep saying clock radio. There's no radio. It's a clock. And it's not an alarm clock. There's no alarm. It's just a clock. Okay. But it's a hidden camera. Let's go into the box, see what else, just because you've got the same thing. We've got the user manual. We'll take a look at that later. We've got a power cable. One end plugs into the clock, and one end plugs into the power bar. Okay? So let's plug that in. We'll get that all powered up, and then we'll get it hooked up. Okay? So I've got it plugged in the other side. Now we're going to take this plug it into the back, and we've got power. Okay, so there's only two buttons on the top, set and plus. So if you hit the set button, it'll give you a choice between 12 hours and 24 hours. Okay, so that's all you can do is set, unless you push the plus button first. Wait until it goes back to clock, push plus, and the hours flash, and then you can set the hours. Okay, then push plus again, and then set to the minutes. However many minutes it is, let's say it's 6:10 right now, and hit plus again. The spots are flashing. It's now a clock. It looks like a clock. The numbers are in the middle. It couldn't be more covert, but there is a camera here. So now we need to get this camera hooked up to the internet. There is two steps here, and it's very important that we do both of them. So don't quit the video halfway through. Let's get this done together, okay? So, download the app first. You've seen it. It's called LookCam Pro. This is the icon. It's available in Google Play Store and in the Apple App Store. So, it's the same on both. I've done it on both Apple and on Android. This is an Android phone. And you can see I haven't opened the app yet. LookCam Pro. Let's open it together. Okay, we have to allow. Okay, 4 allows. And that takes us to the home screen. We want to add a new camera. I should say, if this is not your first time using this app, you already have another camera on here, because we do have different cameras, you could hit that plus sign up in the top corner. Because this is our first time using this app, we can just hit add new camera, and then it's going to be the first option here. Okay, method 1. Which is going to take us to this screen. The screen says we need to configure Wi-Fi. This will take us out of the app and to our Wi-Fi. So here we have my Wi-Fi. I'm connected to my router, of course. Now, we want to connect the phone to the camera. That's our first step. It's not the last step, it's the first step. The camera Wi-Fi starts with TUT. You can see mine here. Your numbers will be different, but the first 3 will be TUT. Okay? So we click on that. It's going to connect, obtain the IP address, and connect my phone to this camera. Of course, there's no internet. This camera has no internet. My phone doesn't like that. Of course, Android and Apple both will give you a warning message. Here we go, saying, there's no internet in here. Are you sure you want to connect it? Yes, I do want to connect to this. I don't care that there's no internet. I'm fine with that, okay? So, now I'm connected to TUT. I don't have internet. My phone is connected to the camera. That's only step 1. Okay, now I need to go back to the app. The nice thing about this app is it does everything for you. It takes you from that screen and it says, oh, do you want to connect this camera to this app? And I say, yes, I do. Now it wants to connect this camera to my router. If it doesn't take you to this screen automatically, you can go to settings and Wi-Fi. Same screen. Okay? So now, this is the critical second step that many people forget, is now I need to connect this camera to my Wi-Fi, because this camera is going to stay in my house near my router taking pictures. So I want it connected to the router. I don't want it connected to my phone. Now, it's only going to connect to a 2.4 megahertz signal. My router has 2. You saw my Wi-Fi that I was connected to before. That was my 5 gigahertz. That does not work on this camera. My 2.4 is here. You need to know your Wi-Fi password for your router. So when guests come over, this is my guest Wi-Fi. I give my guests this password. So this is the password for your internet on your router. I am not going to tell you my password. Oh, you thought I was going to, didn't you? I'm going to type it in. It's all numbers, so it's pretty fast. Just going to hit the little eyeball to make sure I can see it. Make sure I typed it in all right. Yes, I did. Okay. So, my password is typed in. That's my password for my router. And now I'm going to hit sure. Now, as soon as you do that, it says online. This is not really online. It can't be. It can't be that easy. No. See, it takes you back out. Connecting. Okay, don't worry. This takes a minute or two. I'm usually impatient, is that the word? See, now it says offline. I'm going to click on it again. If it says offline, just tap it. Now it says online. Oh, could it be? Let's check it. Oh, there it is. There's my finger. Unbelievable. Well, that was pretty fast, actually. I've clicked on things a few times in my desire to go faster, and it doesn't help. Boy, that was pretty fast. So let's go back. Quit playback, sure. Now, you can see, let's go back to my Wi-Fi. I'll show you. My phone automatically now has connected back to my internet. Okay, I'm going to turn my Wi-Fi off. So I'm not now connected to my house Wi-Fi. Let's say I'm on the bus, I'm out of the house, I'm at work somewhere using my internet data. This is what I would see. Oops, connecting, sorry. See, it doesn't always happen right away, but now it says online, and there's my finger again. Look at that. So now, I'm not connected to my house Wi-Fi with my camera, or with my phone, I should say. I'm at work, but this camera is at my house taking video, and I can see it on my phone. That's the key of connecting this to your router. You want this to connect to your router at home so it can always be transmitting internet, or to the internet, so that you can access it with the app. So now, if you have another one, hopefully you bought more than one, you can add another one, you can add 2 or 3, you can have 4 of them connected here all together, see them all on the same screen. So easy, but very critical that you follow all of those steps. Also, the biggest problem that we have is people not knowing the password. That one password that I had to enter was the password for your internet router. I don't know your password. Your password is going to be the password that you use to get internet at your house, so that this camera will be connected to your internet. So now, this camera is connected to the internet. This phone can be connected to the internet no matter where I am, and I can access this camera from my phone. That is the beauty of this hidden camera. Same with all of our products, uses the same app, really, really wonderful design.
There's another thing that we need to discuss about the clock radio, because now I don't have it plugged in. The whole time I was setting it up, I had it plugged in. We had power. Yeah, that's because we need to take the back cover off. As you can see, through the back cover, all you've got access to is the charge port. Once you take the back cover off, which I did with my fingers, very easy, you have access to a lot more. Most importantly, the battery, which has got this tiny little plastic thing blocking it when they ship it to you. And once you take that out, now it's on battery power. So it's got a good battery in it. It also has a micro SD card slot, so if you want more storage. It's got a reset button. Now I'm going to do the reset with you just to show you how to do it. We're going to try to get the lights on camera here. You can actually see. I'm watching right here for the lights underneath the battery. You can see a little red one there. There is a blue one in there too. I'm going to try to get it at the right angle. Now, you're going to need to reset this in the following cases. First of all, when you do the Wi-Fi setup and there is no TUT, you go to your Wi-Fi and it's not putting out a Wi-Fi signal, come and do this reset. Okay, then it'll be a Wi-Fi signal. Secondly, maybe after you've done the camera, you've set it up online, you've set it up to your home Wi-Fi, and it's still showing offline. In the app, it just won't go to online. It stays offline, offline, offline. Reset. Let's try a reset. Any other problem you have when you're setting it up, try a reset. Before you call for customer support or before you watch any other videos, just try doing a reset. That's what the reset button is for. It fixes about 90% of our problems, and it's super easy to do. Not a problem. I didn't have any problems when I set this up. I've done this device here on my Android phone and on my Apple phone. I didn't have any problems, but yeah, it happens sometimes. Okay, you saw it. You saw a red light flashing in there, didn't you? There it is. I'll try to get it on camera here for you. Now, the red light is here. The blue light is in that same hole, and it'll show up once I push the button. So I'm going to get it on camera. We'll just watch the blue light. Okay, hold down the reset button. Hold it down. It turned out, it flashed. Okay, keep holding it down until it goes out. There, it went off. Now you can let go. Both of them went out. So there's a red one, there it is, and a blue one. And the red one and the blue one flashed at the same time when it flashed, and then they both went out. So even if you can just see one of them, they're both doing the same thing. Now, once it's let go, the blue one out, the red one flashes, it's doing a reset. So you have to hold down this button, not just till it flashes, past the flash until they both go out. Then you can let go of it. And then don't rush it. Don't think that right now there's going to be a Wi-Fi signal. If there was no Wi-Fi signal, give it some time. Put the back cover back on. I think we've got the plastic thing out. Yes, no problem. That's all I needed to show you. Put the back cover back on. And give it 10, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, let it get a Wi-Fi signal again. That's how you do a reset of this device. If you have any problems at all during setup, you can uninstall the app if you want to. You can reinstall the app, do a reset of this, start over from fresh. You should have no problems. I've done it many times. I've had no problems. But if you ever have a problem, reset is where you want to go.